You know, the DNC fraud lawsuit is a very big deal. It's a very big deal because the DNC fraud lawsuit is about our democracy. It's about all the things that are necessary to put in place, to rectify, to resolve, to make it more possible. Now, it's not end all to be all, but more possible for us to have an election process that is just and fair. The DNC fraud lawsuit is an opportunity for us to take back one half of our democratic process, of our election process, from the greedy hands that hold it hostage and do with it as it will. That's the relevancy of the DNC fraud lawsuit. It's not based on hyperbole. It's not based on slander. It's not based on half-baked concoct notions. It's based on evidence. And the man and woman and others who are behind this lawsuit, the man who was on the ground in North Carolina, Nico House, who gathered information and said, hey, he looked around and said, I'm working on the Bernie Sanders campaign. I'm working here on my university campus. I'm looking at this, and this doesn't look right. This doesn't smell right. This doesn't seem right. When he gave that information to Elizabeth and Jared Beck, and they said, I think you may have something here. When they went looking into that, that wasn't a half-baked, half-cocked, ambulance-chasing endeavor. It was based on evidence. It was based on good-hearted people who want justice. Good-hearted people who could make more money working at corporations, but decided they didn't want to do that anymore. So they took major pay cuts to work for the people on issues that matter to people. I know this because I've interviewed Nico House and I interviewed Jared Beck, the attorney for the people, not the establishment, on the DNC fraud lawsuit. This is an important moment, folks, because I feel like it's right up there with the election. It's right up there with Trump. Like, okay, so you got Bernie running, important. The election result, Trump, important. This is the next thing, the next big thing. And I'm not trying to marginalize the bombing we did in Yemen or in Syria. But domestically speaking, this is huge. Huge, it's huge. I don't care about the damn emails, but I care about this lawsuit. It's huge. Now, for independent media, or I would think for independent, left-leaning, non-corporate controlled media, this would be big for them too. Because if you've been on the right side of certain issues and you are privy to information, if you didn't think the WikiLeaks was all a fabrication, if you've been following that, and if you know that that information's solid, that no intelligence organization has denied that the WikiLeaks documentation is real, then you'll know, just by knowing that, you'll know that there was biased, partial treatment in the DNC. You already know what the result of the trial should be because you already did the research. That's if, you are, privy to that information. So for some people, they don't ever read WikiLeaks. They never paid attention. They didn't spend hours upon hours sifting through the documentation, going through it. They haven't been ingrained, engrossed in it. So maybe to them, if they watch mainstream media, they would think, I don't know. It could be anything, bruh. I don't know about that. But if you are a left-leaning, independent media person who's been following WikiLeaks and you say it's true, and you believe that it's valid, it's accurate, it's never been found to be fraudulent, the information obtained by WikiLeaks, then you would have to come to the conclusion that there is a case there. For you to come to any other conclusion causes me to question your sincerity and your motives. There are a lot of independent media on the internet, a lot of people running around doing their thing, putting in time, trying to work it. So many people. I don't even want to start naming names because I don't want to leave anyone out, because they all deserve respect. You don't have to agree with them all, but most of them do it for little or nothing. They do it because they believe in it. They do it because it's what they feel needs to be done. They don't have big salaries. They don't have big offices. Some of them broadcast from their basement or their garage or their car or their living room. And that's okay, because we want to hear them, because some of them at great risk, who give up things to speak truth. And then we have some people who are in independent media who have ascended to a certain level where they are no longer sitting in their living rooms or sitting in their garages, sitting in their cars. They're no longer using webcams, piece of cloth on the wall, basically, limo studio umbrellas. Hey, if you want your own gear, go down in my description below and click on it. You'll see what I'm using. You can have my setup all for like $300. Some people are at a level where they got real stuff. They got real cameras. They got crews. They got camera crews, sound men, people throwing things, slides, running their equipment for them as they do their shows. They got a setup. They look good. They got plane tickets. They can go places. They can go get on a plane or a train. They have budgets. They have researchers. They have help. They have money. Show me the money. They got the money. So it's great. And I'm not begrudging people who have something that they don't have to start off with nothing. I don't hold that against you. Money in itself does not corrupt. Money in itself is not an evil thing. It's what you do with that dinero. It's what you do with that money that matters, and what you're willing to do to keep it or to get more of it that I have an issue with. The TYT panel that discredited the DNC fraud lawsuit had smart people on it. People that cover news, who consider themselves learned, consider themselves in the know. They work for the biggest independent left-leaning media entity on the internet, probably in the world. And we in America are fighting for our democracy. The whole world knows it. The whole world knows it. Looking at America like, what is going on with America, man? Wow, what does America do? Lord have mercy. Did you hear what America's doing? Chile's like, what is going on with America, man? America is tripping. They tripping. Brazil's like, oh my God, what's up with America? Everybody's going, what's up with America? Australia's like, man, America, what is up? What is up? The whole world's looking at us like, what's up with America? So if you're in an independent media group and you have backing, people have given you money, if you can raise $2 million, if you can have a panel of experts on it who have been following the news reportedly for the biggest independent news network on the freaking globe, you mean to tell me you can't do research on a very important topic that is going to touch and maybe change the outcome or affect the elections in this country for years to come, that will set a precedence on the way that the one of two, the dominant political parties, and I'm sorry, there aren't more. I wish there were more parties. I try to support the Green Party. People are like, they can't win. They can't win because you don't vote for them. That'll help. If you voted for them, maybe they could be a potentially really strong third party. And maybe the Libertarian Party can get their weight up and start doing something. But right now, what we have is two parties. And one half of that, one of those parties, right now, we can help reform them. Whether they want to be reformed or not, we can push their ass through the doors of reformation. with this lawsuit. And these independent media people with the most dominant, independent-leaning, left-leaning network sat on that freaking panel and threw it under the bus. And see, it's not just that they have a different opinion. Nah, man, I got opinions, you know? I don't like Empire. You know, Empire, the one with the, you know, it's like music and it's a lot of, you know, it's basically Get Rich or Die. I don't know what it is. It's like The Life of Puffy or something. I don't know what that is, you know. I just don't get it. I'm not into it, man. You know, it's not my thing. I'm a Better Call Saul kind of guy. I like Fargo, you know. That's an opinion. It's relative. It's relative. But if you read WikiLeaks, if you know about WikiLeaks, if you know about the firing of 4 DNC officials for corruption, if you know about the firing of a CNN commentator for their actions relating to the DNC, collusion between the DNC and the Hillary Clinton campaign, if you know this stuff already and you sit your high-stepping ass up on a panel on the biggest network in independent media, left-leaning media in the globe, and you speak BS, you not only hurt, it's not just an opinion, dog. It's not an opinion, Jordan. It's not an opinion, Jank. It's damaging because you, like I said, are the biggest independent media network on the globe. You don't get to sit. You don't get to sit there and lie to the world. You don't get to sit and be influential over the thoughts and minds of progressive people or people leaning progressively, liberals leaning progressive, anybody else who tunes in, who thinks that you are an authority, that you are respected, and that your opinion matters if you don't give them facts. Facts. And if you know the facts, and we already ascertained that you know the facts, homie, you know what you did. So it's not just an opinion. It's not just a difference of opinion. You arrogant errand boy. It's not just an opinion. It is a strategic scheme. It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy to undermine progressive and to fall in line behind the corporate Democrats or the corporocrats. That's all it is. It's either that or you are stupid. You are ignorant. Because if you have the information and you chose not to pay attention to it, I mean, if you can't digest that giving questions is corruption and accepting them is corruption, if you can't digest Debbie Wasserman Schultz having to step down for a reason, it wasn't just because they didn't like her hair that day. TYT, it's not that I hate TYT. It's that I love the opportunity to make changes in this country that matter to everyone. It's not that I hate Cenk Uygur. It's that I have ethics. It's not that I hate Jordan or I like this guy, like Jordan says, oh, Tim's a nice guy, he's a good guy. I don't give a fuck if you think I'm a good guy. I don't. What matters is that I don't lie to you, that I'm never saying something because of an agenda of a corporation or of an entity like the DNC or to win favor with the Hillary crowd or with powerful people, which would make me forget what I know, which is this shit's been corrupt. That the 2016 elections were handed corrupted. It was corrupted. It's not about if you like me as a person, Jordan. It's not if you think I'm cool. I have in my phone, ladies and gentlemen, I have in my phone a conversation I had with Jordan. Sheridan of TYT Politics that caused this great upheaval where he called me and H.A. Goodman and Eco House, basically sellouts, schmucks, snake oil salesmen, liars, flim-flammers, devoid of facts, everything horrible that you could say about a person who does what I do. I have in my phone you, Jordan Sheridan, telling me back in September. I don't call out progressives. I don't call out progressives because I called you out on you running your mouth on Facebook before. And I called out about, see, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on right now is we have a problem. Forget all the details. We have a problem. We have a problem. Money, some people have ethics. Some people have ethics. Some people don't. I do not believe that the TYT panel that disparaged this lawsuit to all of its viewers did so out of error. I just don't believe that. I just don't believe it. And I don't believe that Jordan Sheridan threw me under the bus and my brand that I've worked on for 4 years, having great people on, such as him. Yeah, he comes on the channel of a guy who's selling snake oil, who's a liar, deceiver, and scam artist. He came on my show. I don't know what that is. One of his new journalists that they hired at TYT, Michael Tracy, came on the show too. Oh, I guess I fooled him too. I'm really good at fooling people. God, I fooled all these great people. Tim Canova. God, I fooled the hell out of him. I fooled Jill Stein several times. Oh, I fooled Ajamu several times. David Cobb. I fooled all these people several times. Oh, man, I'm really good at fooling people. Maybe you're full of shit. And maybe it's all strategic. People say, Tim Black, let it go, man. Let it go. Listen, it's not about me. It's about this DNC fraud lawsuit. It's about who can we trust. If you cannot, look, here we go. Here it goes. If you're in a position where you feel that you cannot speak truth because you have some type of arrangement or you're worried about income or whatever it is, that's a sad thing. It's a sad thing. That's why I love being autonomous. It's beautiful. Mwah. Love it. I'm not rich, but I'm rich at heart. I'm not wealthy, but I got a wealth of fans, friends, supporters, people who care about me. But that's sad that you live in that way, that you can't be honest and truthful because of your considerations, your contractual or your cigar behind closed door meetings and decisions and strategies. So I don't give you a pass on it, but this is what I would suggest to anybody out there and to all the TYT people who've been hitting me all day. If you can't speak truth, you don't have to lie. And you don't have to smear. You don't have to curry water for Hillary. You know what you could do, or the DNC, or the establishment? There is one option. You can shut up. That's right, just shut the hell up. Do nothing. If you feel you can't keep it real, you shut up. And if you decide to talk and deliver false information that damages my community, you don't own progressivism. You don't own conservatism. You don't own nothing except your brand, baby. And you burnt that for Hillary. And she ain't fucking worth it, man. The DNC ain't worth it. You are already on the suspect list with so many people coming after Tim Black, H.A. Goodman, Nico House. And by association, all of those that support us, you burnt your brand worse than we could ever do. Because everyone who watches me and watches H.A. Goodman know we don't spend enormous amounts of time talking about you. We go where the story go, homeboy. We go where the story go, Jank. We go where the story goes, Jordan, just like you. It doesn't take us. We don't have the means to travel around, but we go where the story goes. To whomever. Do you really think I blast Debbie Wasserman because I personally don't like her? I don't know her. She could be a good woman. Donna Brazile could be a sweetheart if I knew her. We could drink a glass of wine and talk about I don't know, Harlem Nights. He shot my pinky toe. I love that part when he said he shot the pinky toe. You could walk over. We could do the clumps. You walk over, but you're limping back. I say you walk over, but you're limping back. We can have fun. But see, it's not about if I like them or if they're good people. It's about where the story goes. You understand? So never get me twisted. It's all about the story. You burnt your brand defending the indefensible. You burnt your brand attacking true progressives that actually fight the fight. I'm ashamed of you, Jordan Sheridan. I'm ashamed of TYT. I'm ashamed of those people that support that. But for the people that support it, they're just clouded. It's sort of like the mainstream people who watch that crap and they believe it because they don't know any better. They're not exposed to anything else. And that's why I'm fighting. I'm not fighting for ego. This is not about ego. I have a message that's important. I can't have somebody falsely accuse me with ad hominem attacks on my character, not on my quality of the content that I produced, but on who I am, and then never, because I'm on the right side of the issue. He just don't like that it's his people in the crosshairs. If I'd have done videos and we talked about MSNBC sold out, they're supporting this Hillary crap, which I've done several of them, he would have said nada. He's talking because he wants to defend TYT, but it's indefensible. It's indefensible. I don't defend woman beaters. I don't defend killer cops. Why don't I? Everyone's got a reason. Everybody has a reason for what they do. I don't defend pedophiles. I don't defend home invaders. Why not? Everyone has a reason. Man, I had to do it, man. I had to get it on, dog. Like in Heat. I had to get it on. I had to get it on. Wayne Grove, remember that? I had to do it. Everyone has a reason. Wrong is wrong. Ethics is ethics. Real is real. Fake is fake. Sold out is sold out. Jank. Jordan, you're sad because you are a good reporter. But you know what? You know what, though? And I'm going to say, dude, I don't care how well you are at your craft. If you're hard as shit, you're hard as shit. I've never done anything to you. The fact that you would burn H.A. Goodman and I is a good man. He believes in what he says. He does not say it. For you to just, you don't know anything about his life. Oh, he's so poor, he's got a lot. You don't even know this man's life. You know him, though. And for you to lie and say you don't know someone that you interviewed twice, I have you in my phone, screenshots of you saying 8 months ago, well, back in September, when we had a conversation about this similar thing when you ran your mouth, and instead of making a video, I talked to you, Jordan Sheridan, you said you liked H.A. Goodman and you liked Tim Black. And you don't know why Jeff Weaver, whatever his name, said those mean things about me on YouTube. And you would never do that to me because you respect me and you don't attack progressive media. We're too small. We need to stick together. Yeah, we do need to stick together, Jordan, until somebody becomes a rat, a scumbag, an errand boy, a ball warmer for his boss who's lying, whose network is lying, in the most important case since the election of Donald Trump, a part of the biggest media entity in independent media that leads to the left, that has an audience that reaches people I could never reach. I can't allow you to do that. You understand me? I can't allow you to get away with it. You know why, man? It's not because I think that I'm Jesse James, dude. It's not because I think I'm the equalizer. I'm not Denzel, man. Oh, you mother. I'm going to put cases. I'm not Denzel, man. It's because somebody got to step up. That's all. I got to do my job. It's more important than us being friends. And if me doing my job and calling out that panel and calling out Jank in New York when he told everybody to circle the wagons behind the same woman he said was a cheater, Well, that's what's going to be. I got to call him out. I will call him out again tomorrow. I'll call him out today. When you slam someone like Nico House, a young man working tirelessly to build his name, his brand, who wants to actually be effective, and he's willing to say hard things and make enemies based on truth. Not spite, not ego, but truth. I don't care how good a reporter you are. You ain't a good person. If you're not a good person, I don't want to deal with you, but keep writing. But don't talk to me about you're a good person and I'm a good person. No. It's not about that. It's about the work we do, and you know that. I did my job. You sound like somebody, you sound like one of the cops who defended the brutality done to the native indigenous people at Standing Rock. You're on that side of this, man. Whether you like it or not, because it's not an opinion. Oh, well, they need to just go home and accept we get to run pipelines through their lands. That's my opinion. No, that's not an opinion. That's a stance that's unethical, disastrous. But that's who you sound like, Jordan. That's who you sound like. You're on that side of this. So what did you really learn at Standing Rock? It's black or white, man. Black or white. Or shut up. You could have chose to mind your business. But you didn't. The same people sticking those hoses on the water protectors had people making excuses for what they were doing, just like you make excuses for what Jenk did, just like you make excuses for what John Idarola did, just like you make excuses for Michael Shore and call it just in a different opinion. This is not about a different opinion. Our democracy was stolen. I'm willing to fight for it. I want to get the word out about a case that's been blacked out in the media, and I got the biggest independent media voice speaking against me, parroting talking points to CNN and MSNBC, the people that I need. So when you say, Tim Black, why are you so mad? Because you're supposed to be on my side, dog. You're supposed to be on my side, horse. You're supposed to be on my side because we're on the side of the people. You're on the side of the corporation. And there is no excuse for that. None. And I don't care if you went to Standing Rock. There were other people at Standing Rock. Let them go next time. I don't want a traitor. I don't want a backstabber. I don't want a guy willing to say anything for his boss. I don't want a guy willing to defend wrong actions of a corporation, which is what TYT is. I don't want that guy leading movements. You are compromised. You're easily compromised, sir. See, you gave up something when you became TYT. You gave up your anonymity. You gave up your autonomy. Your autonomy. Yeah. You're not by yourself no more. Autonomy, yeah. You gave that up, dude. You gave it up. You're now part of an organization that will be criticized from time to time. In this particular case, you weren't even criticized. You just jumped out there. So listen, guys. The DNC fraud lawsuit is a very important lawsuit. It may define the next 20 years, who knows, 30, 50 years of how the Democratic Party holds its primaries. It may define, it may set the table for the ability for the next progressive candidate to win. Do you understand? Do you understand? If we can't make them be ethical and unbiased and impartial, how will we ever get Nina Turner elected, or Tulsi Gabbard elected, or Bernie Sanders elected, or anybody else we want elected if we can't make them do that? And for you to say it's just a different opinion, it's not about being good or bad. It's about being right or wrong. This is too big. Too big. Too big for you to have a huge audience and you be able to lie to them. This is too big for you to have a huge audience and Jordan be able to carry water for him. I can't change the world, but everyone from the sound of my voice is going to know the truth. And your only recourse is to come get me. That's the only recourse. You're going to have to come get me. And just know, like in the clumps, you can walk over, but you're limping back. because I ain't alone. Because I don't do this just for me. I align myself with the people, and that's who I speak for. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is we have not just a difference of opinion, a different mode of operation. Some people operate on the level of, I do whatever my boss says. And other people operate on the level of, F that. And you have these moments in your lives, I'm sure. At some point, you have to make decisions about what's important to you and what you're really about. Do you compromise who you are? Think about your own decisions you have to make. It's not always easy. I'm not saying it's easy. All right? All right? You get what I'm saying? Like, think about it. But wrong is wrong. And this is too important for people that get it wrong to be able to go unchecked. You can't go unchecked and get it wrong when you're as big as TYT. If TYT was some small little channel, I wouldn't have said anything about them having a panel and got it all wrong. But with size comes responsibility. With success comes responsibility. With power comes responsibility. That's just how it works. And if you can't take that, if you got to jump on Facebook and blast that progressive media who called it out, then you're going to have a hard time. You're going to have ulcers and a lot of other stuff. And you might as well just keep your finger ready to record and go live. You need to be going live all the time because I'm not going to stop. And H.A. Goodman's not going to stop. Nico House is not going to stop. And you know what? A lot of other people aren't going to stop either because I'm going to bring other people in. Because unlike TYT, I am willing to share my platform with other voices. I'm going to bring in Zach Holler, and he ain't going to stop. I'm going to bring in Anomaly, and he ain't going to stop. I'm going to bring in Erikel Bloss, and she ain't going to stop. I'm going to bring in the same progressive who I reached out to today after this thing with Jordan and said, look, you know what, sis? I want to apologize to you. I want to mend all fences. I want to bring you back on my show. Clear this all up. I apologize. I apologize. I want us to team up. I want us to work together. And she responded very warmly. And she ain't going to give up. See, because what you taught me is that all my differences about Bernie ain't shit with her. You taught me that's nothing compared to the differences I have with corporate independent media like yourself. And whatever we got to get over, we get over it. So that's what Tim Black does. That's what this channel is going to do. That's why we're going to go forward. We will not be stopped. We're going to keep going. And you know what? When I bring Jared back on my show, and this time his beautiful wife Elizabeth back on my show, not just beautiful, intelligent, smart, bright, articulate, powerful, all those things. When I bring the incredible, impeccable Elizabeth Beck and Jared Beck on this show and we break down this case again, we're going to share it and I'm going to put money behind the video. We're going to reach we can't naturally get the numbers you have because we ain't been selling out, right? But we're going to get some numbers. We're going to get some awareness and we're going to let people know that this DNC fraud lawsuit is real. It's based on merit. It's not a conspiracy theory. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. And we're going to get it out there. That's what's going to happen. So, I don't forgive Jordan Sheridan, folks. I don't look like Nico House. I don't. I wish I could rewind the clock. I'd have to jump back in a freaking time machine to look like Nico House. And when has a person mixed up another person and mentioned that person, both of them, in the same sentence? I mean, it doesn't even make sense. Hey, man, that looks like Fred. Hey, Fred and Fred. I thought you was Fred. What kind of craziness is that? People brought that? I thought Tim was Nico. But you said Nico too. Yeah, I know. I said Nico and Tim. But I thought Tim was Nico. Now, shut up, man. Look, you in trouble. You in trouble. And I know you're too above it now. I'm not going to worry about these little independent media guys. It's not, you know what? Don't worry about us. Just look out for us because we're coming. We're coming. We're coming with an army, a progressive army. We're coming. So just be ready.